Thank you, Jen. He's in the slot. Thomas, top of your screen, and Lawrence's first throw is knocked away for Brian Thomas, and Mike Jackson on the coverage. Quick toss, and it was tough for Travis Hunter to handle. It was a little crowded over there.
And a 1st and goal now for the Cardinals at the 5. Murray puts some air under it to the back corner, and it's broken up again, looking for Harrison Jr. And Mike Jackson trying to fight back and atone for that last penalty.
Well, you'd love to see Marvin Harrison make this play. But watch the left arm of Mike Jackson right at the end, right there. Perfectly played.
Blitz off the edge. Penix connects with Darnell Mooney, who can't squirm away from Mike Jackson. Gain of 1 or 2. Falcons need it. Penix looks, passes, intercepted. Mike Jackson, who might take this to distance. Penix gets a piece of him. Jackson stays on his feet, reverses field, tries to spin away. But it's the 2nd interception thrown by Michael Penix this afternoon.
Let's take a look at Penix here, what he got. They're sitting in the zone, everybody's sitting back. And the receiver falls down, so you got no shot. This is actually not a bad job there by Penix to try to make the tackle.
$180 million contract, where they then drafted Penix. Robinson comes back to the ball, makes the catch. Only be a gain of 2 here. Mike Jackson, nice form.
On 3rd down, May with plenty of time, throws high, tipped, and knocked away. He was in the neighborhood of Kayshon Boutte. To the right.
It's a run for Williams, or Blue, beg your pardon. And good penetration again. Mike Jackson from the cornerback spot was there to kind of flatten out Jaden Blue, and then he gets some help to finish him off for a loss of 2.
Yeah, again, just die slow death. This is who Carolina wants to be today. You hear Dak
for a first. Mason Taylor in motion, the rookie tight end, and Fields throws into a crowd, and it's incomplete for Josh Reynolds. He had 2 defenders on him. To build around that, especially if you have a defense. Taylor for the end zone. In and out of the hands of Arian Smith. Mike Jackson on the coverage.
I mean, somebody's got to make a play, right? 2 underthrown balls. You get another deep one right now. And why the Carolina Panthers are letting the Jets get behind them, I have no idea, but
Tyrod Taylor has it. Throws middle of the field and knocked away by Mike Jackson. So they went away from Horn.
Transformation in philosophy makes Buffalo a little tricky.
Extra body for Carolina, so Allen tried to get rid of it fast, and what a break on the...
Really good about that tight end room.
Fake it, Allen. Trying to find some space down the sideline, and let's see if Elijah Moore was in bounds. He was. It's a catch.
Just a simple pump fake, his ability to extend plays. Let's take a look here as Moore keep his feet.
Talk about all the time he spent in college. There's some of the production.
Sideline throw, coming back to it, were his feet in. Devon Vele.
Algier and Robinson both in for Cousins. Kirk Cousins lobbing it far side, a little too much, incomplete. Mike Jackson on the coverage of Lund.
It's 3rd down and 6. Purdy down the middle for Pearsall, and he's picked again by Mike Jackson. Trying to get it to Pearsall. Mike Jackson said, nope. Carolina's ball. Down 7.
NFL catches so far. Four-man rush. Stafford into a tight window to Nakua. Picked off by Mike Jackson. And Jackson gets the block to take it home. There is a flag on the near side, but a touchdown for Jackson.
Yeah, pretty common route combination, something Rams do all the time.
There is no foul for a blindside block. It's a touchdown.
Mike Jackson just sits all over that. Unfortunately, Matt Stafford leaves it just a little bit behind Puka Nacua, and that's all it takes. Great job jumping in. Look, unfortunately, sometimes the touchdowns come in bunches and then the interceptions come in bunches. Back-to-back drives where the Carolina Panthers defense has come up huge.
300.
Tipton in motion. Give it that way. He loses the ball. It's sprung free. Down on the ground and picked up by New Orleans and Raidens. Man, oh man, what a hit by Mike Jackson. That was a dislodge of the century.
And sometimes they say the corner is coming from outside the screen, so you're not even going to see him. But corners are not notoriously known for being great tacklers, but Mike Jackson is. He comes in, puts his hat right on the football, and forces that negative play, putting this team now into 3rd and long. They have to find a way to get him involved here in the 4th quarter.
They motion him here to the top of the formation. Shuck looks his direction, throws his direction, and he put it on the ground. It's incomplete. Jackson separated Olave from the football. That was an effort to feed him, and Jackson was a little better.
And you say, well, you got what you wanted. No, you didn't. Mike Jackson here, we already told you, underappreciated corner, playing with physicality, puts his helmet right into the back of Chris Olave. You know why Olave dropped it? Because he's only seen 3 targets all game.
You think he's cold?
I think he's cold.
Your screen against Mike Jackson again, but he's going to get some help over there. 3rd and 4. Baker Mayfield fires for Evans high and tipped away. A good defensive play by Mike Jackson.
Oh, Mike Jackson just playing what they call flat foot read right here. You're just reading this thing, you know, inside the numbers. Mike Evans runs a lot of out-breaking routes right there. So you just watch Tampa Bay come back to the out and up at some point. Things first off.
Baker comes out throwing, but it's well covered. Tez Johnson, the rookie, brought down by Mike Jackson. Gun, 1st and goal. Looking that way, Evans couldn't hold it. Mike Jackson, good coverage. That went for a touchdown in the 1st half.
It's exactly what they did in the 1st half for the touchdown. Baker sees it again and says, that's my go-to guy. Puts it up there, and Evans just a little late with his hand. I don't know if the sun is in that corner.
And a deep drop from Mayfield. Throws, and Evans incomplete. Mike Jackson on the coverage and no flag. Good coverage.
It's great coverage, right? I mean, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to be physical. Here's Evans right here, but watch Mike Jackson. He just reading. He knows exactly what's going on. Little hand fighting right there, but I'm always like, hey, let these guys hand fight. I mean, Mike Evans is going to give you the same thing.
They come back with Charbonnet. They fake the toss. They go underneath, and Smith and Jigba has nowhere to go. Sniffed out by Mike. Worst in the NFL in conversion rate. Darnold, step and throw, up in the air, incomplete. Jackson was in there. And it's 4th down for the Seahawks.
Once again, it's Mike Jackson. They're playing some more man coverage here. A little slip at the top of the route. Mike Jackson comes up off the break.
Attack up front in the secondary. They communicate really well. They're sticky. You know, they're making it really challenging. Bryce is getting to his checkdowns and making plays, but we got to make a play here and there down the field.
Appreciate you.
All right, thanks, Evan.
All right, Evan trying to get to the perimeter by himself on one side. And now Kupp joins him. Darnold looks that way. Darnold will throw it, take a shot, end zone, intercepted, over the shoulder for the former Seahawk, Mike Jackson.
Jackson Smith and Jigba tries a double move. Mike Jackson wasn't fooled by it. Let's see if he comes down with the football inbounds. 1 foot. Ooh, that's going to be tight. First, you have to wonder about possession. Does he have possession? Then second, check that second foot.
Oh, feels like the toes are on the white. It does.
Move, steps up, and gets a block, kind of runs sideways and takes the shot at the end of the play from Mike Jackson. And a flag comes in, tempers flaring there. It's a continuation. 2 weeks ago in Carolina, it was Jackson and Baker going back and forth in that game.
I would just say this. He's one of those guys, Baker, you don't really want to press his buttons too much. It's one of those don't wake up the bear type of players. The more competitive, the more high-strung the environment is, it really brings out the best of him. You heard Peter Schrager pregame ask him.
Panthers on 3rd and 3. Sideline, Adams climbs the ladder, but he's out of bounds. Defended by Mike Jackson, who has had a career year leading the NFL in pass breakups, intercepting 4 passes, including the pick 6 against Stafford in the first matchup. And the field goal team's going to come out here, Greg. Started off with play action. Adams has it knocked away. Ripped out of there by Mike Jackson. Jackson, years of waiting for his chance, has emerged here in Carolina.
Yeah, just a great job there by Mike Jackson playing through the catch. And in the first half, this Rams team, they led the league in not only volume of under center play action pass, but also in effectiveness.
Once Adams, it's picked off! Mike Jackson makes his mark again! Had a pick 6 against Stafford in November. Has an interception here. First takeaway of the day for the Panthers defense.
All right, so the story to start the game was the Panthers couldn't get anything done. Now they're going to run a little 3-man pick stunt. Watch Derek Brown. He's going to come around late, and that big body just blocks the vision of Matthew Stafford. So first couple drives, Stafford stood back there and had all the time in the world. And here in the last quarter and a half, the pressure's really picked up, and this Carolina defense is playing out of their mind.
Adams knocked away, almost picked. Mike Jackson got his hand on it. I'll tell you what, Mike Jackson, his first 3 years in the NFL, he played a total of 2 games on defense, bounced from one team to another. 4 different teams over those 3 years where he got 2 total games. They gave him a chance in Seattle, and he comes over here to Carolina, and he's playing the game of his life here in the playoffs.